Now once that we know the formula of force is F is equal to K times Q1 Q2 by R square, we will get the magnitude. Not now only magnitude is not sufficient, we have to mention the direction also, because force is a vector quantity. So let us now proceed to write the vector form of this equation. So once again I will take similar example. I am taking two charges, both are positive charge. So definitely the force exerted by say first charge on second charge will be directed along the line joining the two charges. Now it is going to be repulsive in nature. So see here I am showing a direction. This is the force on second charge due to first charge. It will be repulsive in nature, and I can define here F21 is the force on second charge due to my first charge. So now I can write the vector form. F vector equals to K times Q1 Q2 by R square. But wait a minute, I have to introduce a unit vector also. Let me call that unit vector R21, and I will define it like this. R21 is a unit vector directed from Q1 to Q2. Now with this knowledge we can proceed to do complex numericals also. Say I have a situation like this. I have a system of two charges, minus Q and plus Q. We call it a dipole. A dipole is a system which has got two charges opposite in nature, situated very short distance apart, say 2L. So 2L here is my length of the dipole. Now if you multiply this charge with the length of the dipole, you will get a quantity called dipole moment. Let me write it here. This is my dipole moment. Okay, it is a vector quantity directed from negative charge to the positive charge. Anyways, what we are going to do in this problem is we are going to divide this 2L. We are going to draw a perpendicular bisector to this 2L. Let us draw. Okay, and I am choosing a point here which I am calling P, and I am placing my 1 coulomb charge at point P. Mind it, point P I am taking at a distance r from the center of the dipole. My question is find the net force acting on this 1 coulomb charge. So how you will proceed? See here, we know according to Coulomb's law that the force on this 1 coulomb charge due to minus Q will be directed along this line joining minus Q and P. Let me call this dipole AB. So this force is directed along AB and it is going to be attractive in nature. Okay, so I am writing here F suffix negative. Similarly, the force on this plus 1 charge due to this B will also act along the line joining this PB, but this time it is going to be repulsive, directed away from plus Q. Why? Because 1 coulomb is positive and plus Q is also positive. So let me write here F plus. What will be the expression of this F minus and F plus? See, both will have the same magnitude, because after all this distance AP is equal to PB. Okay, it forms an isosceles triangle, and if you look very carefully you will see here this much distance, say OB is L. So this length PB according to Pythagoras theorem turns out to be R square plus L square. So AP is equal to PB equals to root of R square plus L square. I am keeping it ready because I will be using it. Now I can write here magnitude of F minus is equal to the magnitude of F plus. Okay, let me write the expression. It will be K times charge Q1 times Q1 into Q2 by R square. So my Q1 is my Q over here, and another charge is 1 coulomb, so I'll just write 1, and the distance square I will write AP. AP is distance square, so R plus R square plus L square. This is the magnitude of the force. Now if you see carefully, first of all there are two forces acting on this charge P, F minus and F plus. So I will have to add up both of these forces to calculate the net force acting on this charge P. I will have to add them vectorially because force is a vector quantity. So for that, what I am doing is, let this angle be theta. Let me draw a line here parallel to AB. Now if this angle is theta, this angle will also be theta because it is alternate angle. Again, triangle PAB is an isosceles triangle, so this angle also turns out to be theta. Now if this angle is theta, this angle will also be theta. Corresponding angles are equal. Now I will have to break this f plus and f minus into components to do this vector addition. So if you analyze here, the component of f plus along this direction is going to be f plus cos theta. Plus is in the suffix, mind it. And you can have another component here, f plus sin theta. Okay, we are breaking it into two perpendicular components. Similarly, I can break my f minus force also. See, I am breaking here. Say I choose a different color, I am choosing white. Okay, f minus component along, one will be along f plus cos theta only, that will add up. So f minus cos theta, and another component will be here downwards, f minus cos theta. Okay, now f plus sin theta, sorry, this will be my f minus sin theta. So let me write f minus sin theta. F plus sin theta and f minus sin theta will cancel each other. So we are left with only f minus cos theta and f plus cos theta, and magnitude of f minus and f plus are equal. So I can say my net force is equal to f minus cos theta plus f plus cos theta. Now since both are equal in magnitude, let me write it 2 times k q by r square plus l square cos theta. Now I have to find out the expression of cos theta. Now look at this triangle, this right angle triangle POB. In triangle POB, my cos theta will be base by hypotenuse. So what is my base over here? See here, if this angle is theta, what is my base? My base is L and my hypotenuse is root of r square plus l square. So what I will do now, I will substitute here 2k q by r square plus l square, cos theta is L times root r square plus l square. Now see what I will do, I will take 2ql together, 2l into q. Why? Because this will give me dipole moment, and in denominator I will have r square plus l square to the power of 3 by 2. Now if you remember, I said 2l into q, the length of the dipole into 1 of the charge of the dipole gives me the dipole moment. So I can write this expression of net force as k times p by r square plus l square to the power of 3 by 2. Now once again, force is a vector quantity, so let me give the direction. Alright, now see, dipole moment is a vector directed from negative to positive. Look at my diagram. This is the direction of my dipole moment, negative to positive, but my net force is opposite to that. So to justify that fact, what I will do, I will put one minus over here and I will put one vector symbol. So this shows that my net force in this problem is in direction opposite to that of my dipole. So this is my answer. I hope you have enjoyed my lesson. Thank you.